right, boys. Welcome back. Today's Sunday morning. I hope everybody is enjoying their Sunday morning. And not only is it Sunday morning, it is also the first day of daylight savings time. So, the states in the United States that actually recognize or participate in the states that actually participate in this, they actually spend more time on daylight savings time than they do in their standard time. So we are no longer EST, right? Because I would always say for work, like if I'm creating a meeting at work, or I'm talking to somebody and I'm like, okay, well, that's going to be at 1 p.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time. However, I am no longer in Eastern Standard Time. I am in Eastern Daylight Savings Time, EDT, and I believe even some places call it EDST. I'm not 100% sure about that. Okay, let me go ahead and send the link out to a few people. I know that there are some people, listening, or some people that aren't home right now. So let me send this. I'm going to, you can watch from your phone, and then let me put that there. Okay, wait. I hope your boy is okay. Okay, I gotta clean my glasses off too because I've got some smudges on them. I don't know how my if you wear glasses, do they get dirty often? Because I feel like my glasses are constantly getting dirty, yet I also feel that I rarely touch them. All right, and now I'm going to down. This is the Ethiopian roast. It's an Ethiopian dark roast. I'm going to just do what I do with these espressos. Okay, that is my second espresso of the morning. I'm getting a little crazy with the espressos because last night I was I was talking to my mother, and I'm literally sitting there, and I'm like, oh, I want to go to bed. Oh, Hannah's in the chat room. She says, we are here. Are you still at the doctor's office? But yeah, I'm like talking to my mom, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to go to bed. And she's like, why? What's happening tomorrow? And I'm like, I just can't wait to wake up in the morning and have an espresso, and not just an espresso, 2 espressos. I was so excited. So I think I'm already highly addicted to these things, but I gotta calm down with them, right? Like I think I had 4 or 5 yesterday. So today I'm going to try and keep it to 3. I've had my 2 in the morning, and then around 11 o'clock I'll have a little bump, right? I'm talking like I'm using cocaine terms. I'm going to have a little bump at around 11 o'clock, and then that'll be it for the day. I think I hope that'll be good if I can maintain the self-control. I think, all these chores that I wanted to do yesterday, I did none of them. I didn't do a single one. So I think if I have a little bump of espresso at around 11 o'clock, that's when I'll start my chores, and then hopefully I'll get them done. Have I talked to you guys about what chores I want to do? Wait a minute. Who is this in the room? Zhongxiang U6U says hello. Well, hello, Jonah Xiong. Jonah Xiong U6U. Okay, well, thank you. Happy to have you, and glad you're here. I want to put this sticky. I want to create a new sticky note, and I want to kind of compartmentalize the things that I need to do for the chores that I want to do. Let me find because what I do often is I'll send myself text messages, and then that way I have it on my phone. I'm not going to forget. Okay, so put an SD card in the new garage cam. So we talked about this yesterday, but I bought a new Wise camera for my garage, and it has a beautiful view, and you can look and you can say, oh, look, there's the front of my house, but it doesn't have an SD card. So it's just because I didn't put one in. So I'm going to scrap together. I'm sure I have an SD card somewhere. If not, there are less important cameras where I can just take the SD card out. But I'm going to put an SD card in that camera. The other thing I need to do is check the attic, and I'm trying to put these in somewhat sort of order, which is why I'm adding check the attic above the SD card, in case you're wondering, or maybe I just do everything in life backwards. Okay, so let's see. So check the attic, and then I get to using new lamps. I bought these USB rechargeable lanterns, essentially. So using new lanterns. So I'm excited to be using those. Okay, let me see, what else do I have? Okay, that's something else. Okay, smoke alarms. I think these need to be top priority. Install smoke alarms. I guess at this point, it's been about 2 years, no smoke alarms in the house. We didn't, like, I remember one night it was chirping, as it often does. To a certain group of people, that's not problematic. But for me, it drives me nuts. I couldn't find a 9-volt battery, so I just ended up taking the entire the smoke detector. I keep wanting to call it fire alarm. I took the entire smoke detector and just pulled it down, breaking it in the process. So I purchased new ones like almost immediately 2 years ago, never installed them. So I'm going to do that today. Fix office door. So this door behind me, it's hard to close because it's like off skew. I have watched multiple videos about how to fix that problem. So I'm gonna give that a shot. What else? Bedroom camera. Properly install bedroom camera. So we have cameras throughout the house, and before anybody reacts, I have conferred with my wife to make sure that we can have cameras in the bedroom, and she says it's fine. Her concern is, privacy, and I'm like, all right, well, if you want, when I'm not, because we'll get in fights or something, and she'll turn off all the cameras in the house, and I'm like, well, you can just unplug it. And she's like, okay, that's fine. So Leonardo Driving says hi bestie. Braden says hi bestie, I'm a fan. Well, good, it's good to have fans. Is your mic did I turn the mic on? The microphone's on, isn't it? Hello? Yeah, it's on. Is your mic on, or is there Lawson on my end? Hello? As far as I can tell, the microphone is on. I can bump it up a little bit. I don't know. Let me know if that helps. Mr. Toasty says, oh, is that you? Okay, so now Hannah has me a little concerned. So what I'm going to do is I want to close my Naughty Boy browser. I want to open my Good Boy browser. Let me open the Good Boy browser. Okay, come over here. Okay, and now I'm going to put this back. So what I'm going to do essentially is just listen to the stream and see. I just want to see. No, I'm not breaking news. Adding goes live. Okay, let's check out the mobile stream. I'm gonna turn the music off for a second. Let's see. At around 11 o'clock, that's when I'll start my chores, and then hopefully, it is very quiet. It is. Let me see. This is probably no better. Okay, that is very quiet. So let's go into the system settings and see if we can fix that, because that's actually really, really quiet. Thank you for pointing that out, Hannah. I didn't realize that. So let me see here, I think. No. Now I need to make sure I have audio at all, which I accidentally muted my speakers. So let me see. Headphones. Okay, so we got the sound back, but we need to work on the microphone. Hello? Okay, device properties. Hello? Hey. All right. Hello? All right, let me see. I'm in Streamlabs. I've got it pumped up. Use device. Okay, I don't know what that is. I hope this is better. Let me know if this is better. 6-7. Don't the kids like do 6-7, something like that? Um, all right. Oh, I can play a sound when let's no, never mind. Okay, let me know. Okay, it's better. Okay, good. Let's confirm that. Let's reload the stream and see. I want to see if it's better. Okay, it's better. Okay, good. Let's confirm. Let's confirm. Once upon a midnight jury, while I wondered, weak and weary, over many quaint. Oh my God, over many quaint and curious of forgotten lore. While I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis a visitor," I muttered at my chamber door. Simply this and nothing more. Okay, that's what I'm going to. Now I want to hear that. Simply this and while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently. Okay, I think we can put the. I think we can. I think we can put the audio thing to rest. Is all right. To what I was saying, make sure still have sound. What I was saying is, you send me $200 each, I'll buy a new microphone. I think that's a pretty good deal. There's a certain brand of microphone that like all the big streamers use, and I don't remember what it is, but they all have nice microphones. So, um, but I remember looking it up, and it was like a $600 microphone, and I'm like, all right, I mean, this is just a hobby, right? The streaming, I enjoy it. It's fun, but I have other hobbies too, and I don't want to drop $600 on this hobby. Let me see. What is the most popular microphone for large streamers to use? Streamers like Hassan Piker and Asmongold. All right, so let's see. Let's see what they say. What does Hasana be? Like BB, ABB. Okay, 2024, 2026. Let's see what we got here. The Rode. That's not the brand I was thinking of. Razor Rode. No. I'll recognize the brand name as soon as I hear it, but I don't remember what it is. Um, but I do remember looking into it, and I remember it was expensive. It was like I said, it was like $600. I think this is it. The Shore. Let's look at that. Maybe I can get a used one for cheap. Okay. Let's see how much. I mean, okay, I see $200, 199. Okay, but I'm seeing $300 and $400 as the normal. So this one's like 299, 319. Okay, let's just. What microphone? I don't want to. I don't. No, not Joe Rogan. Let's just go with Asmongold. Asmongold use. He uses a Blue Yeti USB microphone historically. Um, he also okay. So Blue Yeti USB microphone. Let's check that out. I mean, I might do that. Just buy the small one. Maybe I might. I might. I mean, this microphone's not bad. This is a Maona. So back when I used to do the Addie and Gabe show, which was long, we were ahead of our time. And I don't mean that as to like brag. I mean that literally. We were doing a podcast format live show. We started around 2004, and YouTube really had poor support for streamers back then because nobody was really streaming. And then I went and I dropped like $100 and some on two. Well, $100 and some odd on two microphones, $100 and some odd each, because it was me, Addie, and then it was Gabe. And those microphones are great, but they required a mixer. and then they required a interface. So basically, you plug the microphones into the mixer, and then the mixer you plug into the interface, and then the interface is what you plug into the computer. Um, and then so when I moved to Florida, for obvious reasons, we stopped doing the show. And so I gave a lot of that stuff. I just gave it away. A lot of that stuff I just gave away, except for the microphones, which I gave to Gabe to hold on to. And I don't know that he still has them or not. But Gabe and I haven't really spoken much in recent times. So I can't, it would feel a little awkward just kind of hitting him up and be like, yo, give me my microphone back, bro. What's up? Where's the microphone, bro? Like that would be a little weird to do. Okay, let me go ahead and did the mobile okay, there's the mobile stream. I'm going to send the I still haven't sent the link out. Let me put the music back up. Let's get some different music though. I don't want relaxing jazz. Let's try this. This is good. I think we'll stick with this for now. Okay, let me send. Okay, so I'm not going to send it to Henna. I can send the link to my wife. I could send it to. Let's see. So I'll send it. Well, let me see what link I want to copy actually, because I'm dual streaming on mobile and on desktop, but the mobile stream looks like it's locked up. Okay, no, it's not locked up. All right, let me send this to my wife. All right. And then anybody else in WhatsApp that I want to send it to. I'm going to send it to Stefan, who's probably going to get this message on his phone. I'm going to send it to my buddy Barat, another weekend stream. I'm going to send it to Nick, who I also send all of the gay Instagram reels to. I crack myself up, man. I find myself funny. Okay, so that's WhatsApp. Let's move over to text messages. We're gonna send it to my step cousin Michael. I'm gonna send it to my old friend Choke. I'm gonna send it to my brother-in-law. Hi. I'm gonna send it to my sister, who's my brother-in-law's wife. Same couple. Hope everything is okay. So I'm sending it to that sister. And then I'm going to send it to Lisa, of course. We cannot forget Lisa. I'm going to send it to my friend Johnny Gators. I'm going to send it to David and Justin. I'm going to send it to Robbie. And then I think that's it for text messages. And then last but not least, and I will come back to paying complete attention to you guys. We got to go over to Instagram to send it to a few people there. So I'm going to send it to, let's see. I'm going to send it to Stefan and Henry. I'm going to send it to Ava. I'm going to send it to... There's somebody I'm forgetting. Who am I forgetting? There's a cab driver in Zambia, Francesca Estevez, and then I know who we were forgetting. We're sending it to Razman, the Singleton man. So, all right, we can focus. We're going to have laser focus today. Again, this is just a very chill. This is like just like code and chill. Right code and chill, I think, is what I named the stream. Right code and chill. All right. So we're just going to chill. I wanted to finish that. All right. So normally what I've been doing is I would have one of these, and then I would follow it up with a can of Pepsi Black, because I like it black. And so I would have the Diet Mountain Dew and the Pepsi Black, and then I would have 2 espressos, and that would jumpstart me in the morning. And then around 11 o'clock, I have one more of these and one more espresso. And then around 2 o'clock, I have a can of Pepsi. And then around 6 o'clock, I have another can of Pepsi. And that's pretty much it. All right. I know you guys, I mean, people were asking. I was getting lots of emails asking about, like, my caffeine intake schedule. And, you know, people just wanted to know for some reason. Maybe I will send the link out to Twitter. No, I don't have anybody following me on Twitter. I'm just going to leave it as it is. Whoever joins, joins. Okay. So basically, all I was doing, I wanted to start documenting in some detail how to go about exporting data from Asgar's map making tool to putting it into QGIS and then editing it with QGIS in a way that like lets you do cute GIS things. But I kind of wanted to try it as I'm documenting it. So that's what we're going to do now. Oh, okay. So there is this script. If you watch this video, part 1, there is this script that the guy who did the videos, he wrote, basically what his complaint was is when you export the data from Asgar's map generator, when you export the data, the cells are very rigid. They're very like rigid. So he wrote a script that kind of goes through and adds random points and kind of smooths things out and makes it look a little more organic. He wrote it in PHP, which I hate. I mean, I don't hate PHP, but this does not seem like a good use case for PHP. And that's what I hate, is that this is not a good use case for PHP. So, no, I don't like it. All right, I'm sending the link to Lisa again. Oh, my sister responded. Okay. Well, okay. One sec. All right, let me see. Yeah, I'm just sitting here talking to my sister, who might be listening. So hi, Jen, if you are listening. There's family drama going on, and I'm not going to talk too much about it. But the thing is my mother. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say. My mother. She. Mothers in general, I think a lot of mothers can be difficult. They can be difficult. I don't even know where to start. They're just difficult. And so what I have found as a parent, what I try to do with my parents. So first of all, I don't really get into too many arguments with my daughter, especially as we have both aged and gotten older. As we, as she rised into adulthood and I started advancing in my years as well, I think we just get along a lot. Not that we ever had a lot of conflict, but now we have even less conflict, right? Like, it's very rare that I'm in any type of conflict with my daughter. But one thing I have learned is, and I've learned this through not just the way that I treat my mother sometimes, but also the way that, like, what I want from my daughter in terms of a relationship, is that as a parent, sometimes even if you feel you are in the right, even if you feel that you have been wronged, sometimes you just have to swallow it and just push on. Because I've tried explaining this to my mother, and she swears she gets it, but I don't think she gets it too much, because it's like, what's more important? Is it more important that you are right, or is it more important that you see your kids? And so for me, even like when there's been situations that have arisen with my daughter, and mostly around my daughter and my baby mama, when situations have risen from that in which I feel that like I was wronged, I just put it aside. I just put it aside and just like, because it's more important that I have a dialogue and a relationship with my daughter. And so I think what my mother she can't do that. It's her pride. And I've often said pride is more times than not just something that gets in the way of something you want. That's all pride is. It's just something that it's just a roadblock. That's all pride is. So you know what? Don't have any. Don't have any. And you'll be so much happier, and you'll probably be able to have relationships with the people you want. Don't have any pride. Now, obviously, you know, don't allow yourself to be abused or taken advantage of and things like that. And I know my mother, she would argue, well, they are taking advantage of me. And I'm like, Mom. Are they stealing from you? Are they stealing money? Are they taking money? Like, no, they're not. So you're not being abused. It's not abusive. It's not a disproportionate amount of harm being done to you. So just swallow your pride. What's more important that you're like, well, I'm right? Like, is that more important than seeing your grandkids? Just saying. I love my mom, but she is not an easy woman. I mean, my mother and and if my sister's listening, she knows this, that my mother and I, we've had multiple falling outs. There have been multiple times where I have gone, I think the longest I went was maybe a year and a half without speaking to my mother, because she's difficult. And also, one of the times I stopped talking to her is because of that fucking asshole that we talked about, Craig Reed. Oh, sorry if the boys are listening, Jen or Kenny. But one of the reasons we stopped talking is because of that mean goober guy, Craig Reed. Oh, God, what a terrible person. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this script, and I think we're going to try and convert it to something more accessible, more consumable. That is the word I'm looking for. So I think we're just going to write it in Python. Let's just see how AI does, right? AI might do just fine with this. So I'm just going to create a file. I'm going to name it, what's the name of it? It's called addrandompoints.php. So I'm going to name it addrandom. Okay, I'm just going to do that, but I'm going to name it Python. And then I think I need to clear that. Yeah, something like that should be fine. Add random points Python. I want to make sure it saved it with the Python extension, which it did. So sometimes text editors, like if you do what I did, it will do like add random points.python.text. Like, stupid. Okay. Import sys. Okay. And then I think from that, I just want to kind of give a nudge to, I guess import random. I want to give a nudge to the AI. So what is this doing? It's loading up some JSON file, because that's all the decode. That's all the the file is literally called GeoJSON, right? Now this is a big file. Maybe what we can do is we can create a small map in Asgard's fantasy map generator. All right, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, we're gonna go over here. Okay, this is a random map. So we're going to save it here. Okay, so Longia. So this is about a meg in size. Can I make it even smaller? Let's see. Map canvas size. Let's just do what? 1024 by 860, right? I might regret that. Okay, I want to write this down. Okay, so let's just write it down here. Okay, so this is what I want to do later on. Original Asgard's fantasy map generator. Original tools canvas size. And this was 2560 by 1374. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is I basically just want to create a sample map, and then but I want it to be small, and then that's just kind of something to work against. Let's just go by 800 by 600, right? Let's just go for it. 800 by 600. Perfect. Let's new map. Okay. Wait a minute. I bet I can even do how much water and how much land. So let me see. Map seed points. Okay. All right. All right. Easy. Easy. Is there anything here? No. All right. Let's just go with this. Let's just go with this. I think this is going to be probably significantly smaller. So you can. No, it's not significantly smaller. Okay. Let's do 400 by 300. Let's get crazy with it, boys. Let's get crazy with it. 400 by 300. All right. New map. Okay. Okay. Now, I love how big this thing is. That's what she said. Ah! All right. Let me see. Huh. Huh. All right. Let's just save that. Machine. Okay. It's a little bit smaller, but it seems that like we're around a meg and a half. I think that will probably be okay. Let me open up another Explorer window, and then we got to go to downloads. Okay, so Visual Studio Code loads this really quickly. And you can see that I believe it is anyway, there's vector numbers. Well, let's see what it's doing. But there are vector coordinates that it's going in and it's inserting more points with the thought being that it's going to smooth everything over. Joke spot. Will this game fit on a floppy disk? Yes, it will. It will. But only on the 5 1/4. The 3 1/2, no. But the 5 1/4 discs, yes. Henna says, I counted my caffeine intake once, 2,750 milligrams average per day, so I think you're good. Let me see. I'm going to ask AI. Assume I am drinking 3 espresso shots per day. Let's say 3 20-ounce Diet Mountain Dews and 1 or 2 cans of Pepsi Black. Roughly, how much caffeine am I consuming in a day? Let's see. Okay. So this is saying a lot. Approximately 500 to 538 milligrams of caffeine per day. But what about the espresso? Okay, all right. Wait, what? Oh, total with. Okay, all right. That's what was confusing me. So the FDA recommends that a healthy adult limits it to 400 milligrams a day. Your consumption is roughly 25 to 35% above this recommended limit. You are okay. So I am drinking too much caffeine. So I've been thinking that what I'll do is I will replace the Diet Mountain Dew, at least 1 or 2 of the Diet Mountain Dews with a can of Pepsi Black. So let's say, what if I swap out? What if I only have 1 Diet Mountain Dew per day, which I used to do, and instead replace those with a can of Pepsi Black? How much then am I consuming? Let's see. Consuming. All right. We got this. If you switch, so I would basically be right around the 400 milligrams. And so I think I could do that. You know what? I've already had 2 this is my second Diet Mountain Dew today. This is my last Diet Mountain Dew today. No, because I'm out of Pepsi Black. So I'll have 1 more Diet Mountain Dew today and 1 more espresso, and that's it. So that will have been, okay, how much if I have 3 espresso shots and 3 Diet Mountain Dews and no more. All right, let's see. Can I get under? That's no. Okay, whatever. All right, I don't want to think about it. I'm going to live forever. Okay, so this is the map we're working with. This is again. It's just a little test map. So what we're going to do is we're going to rename it. Oh, wait a minute. No. This is the map. We don't want the map. What we want to do is we want to export, and we want to export the cell data. And that's okay. So it's about the same size. That's not too bad. Okay. So this script over here on the left, it loads up the cell data, which again is just JSON, and it will convert. It'll basically add random points. All right. So let's see. We got that. Can I format the document? Format document. Okay. So you can see here it is about 258,000 lines long. Visual Studio Code does a pretty good job, but basically all of these points, these polygons in here, it's going to go in and it's going to add random points. So what we can do is we'll just close that. We don't need to look at it. We can just, don't look at it, eat it. I'll give you $5 if you know that. No, I'm not giving anybody $5, but I'll give you praise if you know that reference. Don't look at, or maybe it was stare. Don't stare at it, eat it. Or don't look at it, eat it. If you know that reference, I'll think about giving you $5. Okay, test cell data 1. And we're gonna try this. How do I star this? Like, how do I pin? I don't want to pin to start, but what I want to do is I want to put it up here with the quick access. Can I do that? No, apparently I can't. Okay, can I? Oh, okay, that's a drive. What if I put a folder? I can't do that either. Can I do this? Ah, pin to quick access. Okay, well, what about the drive itself? Can I do that? Yes. Okay, good. Okay. So we can go in here and I want to put it, we're just going to put it in the tools folder here. Okay. So that's going to be what we're working with. I'm going to test the PHP portion because I want to just make sure it works. But I'm going to do that on Linux because I believe it's going to be a little bit easier to just, it's going to be a little bit easier to run everything. It's going to be easier to run PHP from Ubuntu. So let's go ahead and install that. That's going to take, oh, God. All right. Just do it. Just don't ask me questions. Just do it. Just do it. I don't want to think about it. I just want you to get it done with. All right, perfect. Hannah, wasn't there some frog or lizard video where the owner tried to feed that and it was just staring its prey? If it moves, series, no clue. No, I have no clue. No clue what you're talking about, miss. No clue. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do add, oops, I'm in the wrong screen. Okay, PHP. Oh, wait, I don't know if I'm in the right folder. Where am I? Okay, so now I can do PHP. Well, let's make sure PHP. Okay, PHP add random because I got to tell it what to run, and then I believe I give it. Let me see. Okay, yeah. So I just give it the file name, and then it's going to print it to the terminal. So but then you can redirect it to, let's just do output.txt. And then let's see what happens. Okay, that was really quick. It's there. Okay, this makes me think I did something wrong. I did do something wrong. What did I do wrong? Did I copy the wrong file? I might have done that. So I think I need to be editing a GeoJSON file. This. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that needs to go in here. We can nuke this. Okay. Yeah, I was processing the wrong file. That's it. Why? I don't understand why you guys didn't tell me, but whatever. I'll forgive you this one time. Like, really, one of you should have notified me, and you guys were just sitting there laughing at me without saying anything. So I don't appreciate that. As a matter of fact, I might put you in timeout. So just watch yourselves. You're on thin ice. You're all on thin ice, especially you, Joke Spot, and you, Henna. When you get two fins in the same room, ooh. Okay. Oh, I see what I did wrong. That's what I want to do. What? Oh, I need to put a space. Okay. Okay. So this is what I would expect it to see. So I can redirect this to output.txt. I don't think Joke Spot's here anymore. He just stopped by and left. That's how he does. Yep. My BFF, he just comes by and is like, "What's up?" And then he's like, "I'm out of here." And then he taps out. And he's gone. Okay, here we go. This is the good stuff right here. All right. So that's okay. What we're gonna do? Let me see. Copy test1.geojson to test2. All right. So what I want to do is I want to modify this file. I just want to make it smaller. That's what she said. Ha! No, I've never heard that. Okay. I have an idea. What I am thinking, geometry coordinates, new points. New points is an array. So this is coming through. Oh God, I fucking sorry if any, I freaking hate open brackets on the same line. I hate it. It makes it difficult to read, and I can't stand it. And the fact, like, one of the reasons I will not use Go is because I believe, well, I used to think it was a compiler error, because you would literally get an error saying, "Oh, the bracket's on a new line." And then somebody told me that, like, you can turn that off, actually. So it's not actually a compiler error. It's just an error that is on an optional error that is on by default. So anyway, I hate this. So I'm just going to go through and make the code more readable for me, because I'm the one doing the work. So I'm going to make it more readable. And if you commit code to any of my repos, and you try to put the new bracket, if you try to put an open bracket on the same line as like an if or a for or a while, I will punch you. I will literally come to your house and punch you. I will. Don't try me. I've done it before. I've never done it before. Okay. All right. And this here too. Now I can actually read the code. I am going to take a potty break. I will be back. I'll be back in a few minutes. All right. All right, boys. I'm going to be a couple more minutes. I need to. So, we're in a bit of a situation here. It's a bit of an important situation. So I was thinking that I would have breakfast prepared for me, which is I showed you yesterday. It's this beautiful egg omelet with onion and yum yum sauce and all bacon and all other stuff. And I found out that, and it's on a bed of rice. I found out that there's no rice prepared, which is odd because I live with an Asian woman, and so typically there is always rice in the house. Typically, there is more rice than needed. Oh, you're hungry? Have some rice. But for whatever reason today, I just realized the vertical. Okay, for whatever reason today, there's no rice. So I'm gonna go downstairs and I just gotta get the rice cooker started. 1 part rice, 1 part water. Close the lid, push the button. I'll be right back. I'll be back in a few minutes. Oh my God, I was talking. Okay, I'll be right back, boys.